This story I'm about to share happened to me about 10 years ago, and it's undeniably one of the most terrifying things I've ever experienced. I recently stopped telling people about it because most of the time they dismiss it as a lie or a fabrication. It was my wife who encouraged me to write it down and share it, suggesting that perhaps someone else out there has gone through a similar ordeal. So, here it is. Back then, I was working a dead-end job, just like many of us, merely trying to make ends meet. The mundane grind of retail work was slowly draining the life out of me. One afternoon, as I was leaving work, I noticed something neon pink hanging from my car door handle. It was a sticky note with a friendly message. "You're special, and I hope you have an amazing day." It even had a smiley face sticker. I thought it was a kind gesture, and it made me smile. Beyond that, I didn't give it another thought at the time. Over the next few days, I found similar notes with messages attached to my car door in the same spot each time. I left work. I know some people have told me it was creepy and weird, but I actually enjoyed the attention. At that point in my life, I wasn't receiving much attention, so it was nice to feel seen. After 3 or 4 friendly messages, I decided I would leave a message on my door myself. That morning, when I parked for work, I grabbed my own sticky notes and wrote a message, keeping it friendly, but with a hint of flirtation. When I left work that afternoon, I was happy to find another note. My flirtation had worked. This person was flirting right back. I wasn't sure if it was a joke or serious, but either way, I kept the charade going for a few more days. The shift before my day off, I left a note saying something like, "Don't miss me too much on my day off." When I left work, I found a sticky note that simply had a sad face drawn on it. I assumed this was where the game would end. Someone was having fun with me. I had played along, and now, with my day off, I figured it would just fizzle out. I couldn't have been more wrong. The next day, I woke up and did some things around the house. It was late morning when I finally went outside. To my shock, I noticed something neon pink on my car door again. I couldn't believe my eyes. I tentatively approached the note. It read, "You look cute when you're sleeping." This genuinely scared me. After a while, I concluded that someone was playing a malicious prank. It had to be someone I worked with, someone who knew where I lived. It was the only logical explanation. I crumpled the note and threw it away. When I returned to work, the notes continued for a few days. They started friendly, but by the 3rd day of my not responding, they started to turn mean. The once friendly messages now read things like, "You better answer me, and remember, I know where you live." I considered calling the police, but I was still convinced it was someone I knew messing with me. So, the next morning, I decided to leave a note. I wrote a message telling them to leave me alone, or I would call the police. I didn't actually have firm plans to call them, but I thought if it was truly someone I knew, this would make them come forward, or at least stop the notes. When I left work that afternoon, my note was gone, and for the first time in a while, there were no new notes on my door. I felt relieved. I still wanted to know who it was, but if the note stopped, I was happy. That night, I woke up sometime in the middle of the night, thinking I heard something. Ever since the note outside my house, I had been on edge. I sat in bed for a minute, listening intently. Then I heard it again. It sounded like a soft shuffling, but it was hard to tell if it was just the house settling or something more alarming. I tried to convince myself I was just hearing things, but I wasn't taking any chances. I grabbed a baseball bat and cautiously made my way down the long hallway from my bedroom to the open living room. With every step, I imagined the worst. If a person were standing in my house, I honestly don't think I would have been able to hit them with the bat. I'm just not that kind of person. I reached the end of the hallway and stopped. Whatever bravery I had felt leaving my room had vanished. From the end of the hall, you could see my living room, dining room, and kitchen. I turned on the dimmable lights and scanned the room from where I stood, too scared to move any further. I kept imagining someone hiding behind the couch or something. I stood in silence for about a minute, hearing nothing. I turned the lights off and briskly walked back to the bedroom. I fully expected someone to charge after me at any moment, but thankfully, that didn't happen. I locked my bedroom door and turned on the TV, hoping to drown out the oppressive silence. I eventually fell asleep. When I woke up that morning, I almost forgot how scared I had been. I walked to the fridge to grab some juice, and that's when I saw it. A bright pink sticky note was stuck to the fridge. It read, "You can't keep me away," with another smiley face attached. After being frozen for about 30 seconds, I ran to check every door and window in my house. They were all still locked. I knew for a fact that no one had a key to my house. My family lived in another state, and I wasn't close enough with anyone locally to trust them with a key. Somehow, this person had gotten inside my house and left a message on my fridge. I wasn't playing around anymore. I called the police and gave them all the information. They claimed to have conducted an investigation, but weren't able to get any useful information. Unfortunately, random notes weren't much for them to go on. At least, that's what they said. They did try to check the cameras in my work parking lot, but where I parked, the cameras didn't reach. The employee parking spaces were on the side of the store, with no cameras there. The police concluded that it had to be someone who knew me. I would have agreed, were it not for the note inside my house. I'm meticulous about locking my door, so I knew that no one had access to getting inside. I stayed at a friend's house for a couple of nights, just because I wasn't ready to sleep at my place yet. We ended up going to the hardware store and bought all new locks for the doors. That first night back at my place, my friend stayed over with me, and nothing happened. A few months went by, and nothing happened. No new notes at work, and nothing at my house. It was over 2 months later, when I left for work one morning and noticed one of those horrible pink notes on my front door. I grabbed the note. It said, "I guess you don't want to play anymore." I called the police right away, but they didn't do much. I invested in cameras after that, but nothing ever happened again. Changing the locks in my house might have saved my life. Somehow, this person had to have had a key to my house. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. What I can't figure out is why me? And who was that person? Whenever I think back on that entire situation, I almost get sick. I think back to the night I heard something inside the house. There had to have been a person hiding somewhere, just inches or feet from where I was standing. Why didn't they harm me then? I wonder if messing around with me was all this person wanted. A friend once told me that when I went back to the room and locked the door, it's possible that this person tried to get into the room, but locking the door may have saved my life. It's been 10 years, and nothing has happened since that last note. I've since moved and I'm married now. Every time I see those stupid pink sticky notes, I always think back to that horrible experience. Whatever the case may be, I'm just happy I'm still here to tell the story. In moments of fear, uncertainty, or danger, reciting Ayatul Kursi acts as a powerful shield. It reminds us that Allah is the ultimate protector over all things. Recite it after every prayer, before sleeping, and when leaving home. No harm can touch you when Allah's protection surrounds you.